In this example, we are going to be going through a word problem. It says that the elevation of a path is given by this function where x measures the horizontal distance. Find the average elevation from 0 to 4. So if we're talking about an average, we're talking about a sum divided by a number, right? Just kind of like you've seen for years and years. So our sum is going to be the integral. That's what we're going to need to figure out. So we're going to find the area under the curve, which is our sum. So we're going to go from 0 to 4 of this function. And so then we're going to have the antiderivative of x cubed minus 5x squared plus 30 dx. So the antiderivative is we're going to add a power, divide by that power, minus 5x to the third divided by 3 plus 30x. We're going to go from 0 to 4. So we got 4 to the 4th divided by 4 minus 5 times 4 to the 3rd divided by 3 plus 30 times 4. So that is plugging 4 in and then minus. When we plug in 0, it all is just going to go away. So minus 0. All right, so let's do the math on this to figure this stuff out. So we have 4 to the 4th divided by 4. Well, it's actually one of those 4s is going to cancel one of those 4s. So we're really looking at 4 to the 3rd. And so 4 to the 3rd is 64. Now this one is going to be 64 times 5 divided by 3 ends up being 320 over 3. And then we have plus 120. So, and then we're going to subtract nothing, so I can kind of ignore that. That piece is gone. So I need to put all this together, which means I need to make common denominators. And so if I multiply this by 3 and this by 3 to make a common denominator, I'm looking at 192 thirds minus the 320 thirds plus 360 thirds. All right, so if I add that together, you're going to put those two together. You have 40 that you're going to tack on to the 192. So you're looking at 232 thirds. So that would represent our sum, which also is the area under this curve. So then to do the actual average, we are going to need the sum divided by a number. That sum is 232 thirds divided by number. We're going to go from 0 to 4, so that distance is 4. The math is we're subtracting the top big number minus the smaller number. And so we're getting 232 thirds over 4. Easier way to look at that is 232 thirds. Instead of dividing by 4, we're going to multiply by its reciprocal. And then we can divide 4 into 232. And that would get me a 1, and this would get me a 58. Because 4 goes into 23 5 times with 3 left over, so that'd be 32. 4 goes into 32 8 times. So we are looking at an average value of 58 thirds feet. Right, and that was an example of us finding an average value on a word problem.